Okay, hello everyone, welcome back. It is Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1, and we are off to investigate Mr. Bernadotte. I need a different outfit. I mean, he did look very good in this one, it has to be said. I didn't keep his funky hair, did I? Oh, I did! Or should I give him the hat? The hat and the— oh yeah, the hat and the bohemian outfit. That is styling. That is styling. Oh right, I still need to do this one, don't I? Do you think we could find— or do you think that would be at City Hall? Because it's about high-ranking officials, so do you think we need to go to City Hall for this one? I forgot we needed to do two archive things. Well, who cares? You're here now. I can never find the door. Every time we arrive in City Hall, I forget what the hell, like, where the door is. I feel like it's going to be in City Hall, because he probably— well, maybe not. Maybe it is the police. Well, you know what? We'll figure it out. Because they did say that they don't usually visit Cordona, so it's obviously not issued by Cordona. But never mind, whatever. Officials. British. Occupation? Ayy. Thomas Norton profile. Thomas Norton, born 1840 in London, graduated from the University of Oxford in 1864. In 1869, he started working at the Home Office as a secretary. In 1875, he took a position as a military commissioner in India. Honoured by the Queen herself with the Order of the Bath in 1877, 1st of March 1878 was appointed as the British envoy in Cordona with his own cabinet in City Hall. Aha! So they know him here. They know him. John is feeling happy. So we want to ask around about Thomas Norton and we want to go and visit Thingby. So someone here should know, because it says that he works here. Where's that woman? She likes us. She works for Mycroft or something.
Have you found anything helpful?
Okay, she's no use at all actually, as it turns out. What about you?
May I ask you something?
Learn some manners, please. I won't—
oh wait, it doesn't actually say ask around. It says speak— it means speak to someone specific. Who? Who specific? Who? You? Who are you?
If you're here on matters of signing up for military service, come back tomorrow. Our department needs to—
who even is this? I didn't even read his
straighten out
door.
some business.
Facial hair, no time to shave. Red eyes, didn't sleep last night. I have red eyes too right now. I did sleep though. He's got the medal. Order of the Bath, well worn, never removed. Rumpled clothes, stays at work late. If he never removes it, how does he wash his jumper? His waistcoat? Red stain, wine. Red stain on the wrist and the unshaven face indicate a lazy attitude towards his duty. The Order of the Bath looks quite worn. The man is proud of it and never takes it off. Wrinkled clothes and red eyes may mean he didn't return home last night. Instead of work, this man would rather lose himself in depravity and alcohol. Or the red stain in his wrist indicates he's recently drank wine. His clothes are wrinkled. He barely bothers to shave, and his red eyes indicate he may suffer from insomnia or deep anxiety. It looks as if he lives within a nightmare, attempting to rid himself of memories of his past mistakes. Probably that one.
Why are you
gonna
staring
say.
at me like I'm a Madame Tussauds figure? Didn't you hear what I just said?
You blame yourself for what you did. Won't be any good unless you confess to me, so I'll try to be
With his
polite.
hat.
What sort of did are we talking about? Are you from the press?
I'm here because of Naylor.
Who?
You don't remember her name.
Lad, if you won't tell me where you came, I'll call for someone here to sort you out, if you get my meaning.
Do you recognize this man?
We definitely look alike. But you have the wrong person.
Really? Then you won't mind if I pass this along to the newspaper?
All right. All right. Is this about money, as you said in the letter? What kind of sum are we talking about?
I've never written a single word to you. Bribery, not my style.
So, that letter, it wasn't from you?
Well, it appears that more and more people in the city are finding out about your despicable hobby, doesn't it? You're in the clutches of justice, and very soon they will squeeze you. It's in your best interest to cooperate.
Fine. I suppose now we have a nice long talk. Do you drink, Mr.
Sherlock Holmes. And I do not.
Shame. All the best discussions are accompanied by a glass of whiskey. But out of respect for you, I won't drink either.
Respect? That's an unusual word in your mouth, Mr.
Where are my manners? My name is Thomas Norton, a British envoy in Cordona on a military mission. So, where do we start?
Okay, so I got confused and thought that Thomas Norton was the name of the guy at the refugee camp that got killed. I thought that was the dead man. But it's not. The guy in the photo and the dead man are two different people. Sorry, if you watched my last episode of this, I have really, really sore eyes today. My allergies are playing up and my eyes are burning. So I do apologize that I'm to sit and just, I'm like, ugh. It's funny because I do remember way back at the start, I remember coming in here and seeing on the door it does say Thomas Norton, and I was like, I bet that's going to be relevant later because it's the only named door I've seen so far. So yeah, he did come into play later. Okay, so what should we ask? What happened at the party?
So, let's return to the beginning. What happened at the party?
I vaguely remember that night. As usual at such parties, you meet people, you talk with them, they invite you to spend some time alone with them. What can I say? I got myself mixed up with the wrong company, and somebody must have mixed some psychoactive substance in my drink.
Maybe he is actually into debauchery and drinking. I probably got that wrong then. Oops.
Sanity. I made a terrible mistake which I regret deeply.
You don't say. Do refugee girls often appear on the menu at those types of parties?
It's rather rare.
So you didn't attend the party to engage in an exotic experience involving a vulnerable woman unable to accuse you of assault?
I would never have planned such a terrible thing. What happened was just bad circumstance.
You mentioned blackmail. Tell me about it.
All right. A couple of days ago, I received an anonymous letter. It said that in the art gallery at Caravansary there exists a painting that incriminates me. The blackmailer made it clear that if there is a painting, then a photograph exists too. And I should be wary of what it might do to my reputation.
What does the blackmailer
Oh, cool. My controller's about to run out of battery.
What else do such people want? Needless to say, I don't remember anyone taking photographs at the party. Up until the last moment, I hoped he was bluffing. But he wasn't, as you've just proven to me.
Show me the letter.
I burnt it as soon as I read it. I've left enough evidence. There's no need for any more.
The painting that depicted you in the image of the devil was stolen by a mercenary. Did you have anything to do with it?
I might be a rotten person, sir, but hiring criminals for illicit purposes is not in my daily schedule.
And buying the painting in an attempt to hide the crime, is that on your daily schedule?
What would you do in my situation?
I would never put myself in such a situation.
You're young.
King.
I could never have imagined myself in my current position, yet here I am in front of you. We all make mistakes, Mr. Holmes, and I'm no exception.
Boniface Mercurio, does the name mean anything to you?
He's an artist, right?
He dressed a lot like me, but without the
painting that
hat.
compromises you. I found him dead in his room.
Oh, that is bad. Wait, you don't think that I have anything to do with this?
You had motive to kill him.
Maybe I did, but listen. I know how this looks, but murder? That's on another level. I had thoughts that this Mercutio...
Mercurio.
Well, him.
That's
yes,
what I said
thought
earlier. I
he could
called
have
him
been the blackmailer.
Mercutio in one of the earlier ones.
But I was too afraid to make any hasty decisions.
Read too much
There were
Shakespeare.
plenty of ways to fail by making a move, so I chose to wait. To see what he would do next. You have to believe me.
I don't believe people, I believe evidence.
Then look at the evidence. Mr. Holmes, I've built my entire career on hard work and uncompromising dedication to the Crown. I made a mistake, but I'm not a villain from some cheap adventure fiction. By putting me behind bars, you will benefit precisely no one.
Rotting in prison is the least you deserve, but I have a better idea. You will make amends and help the ones you hurt. Naylor deserves the very utmost of what you can do.
Help the girl? I can't risk the press paying extra attention to her. I will do anything except that.
That's not all. Use your connections to help patriate the refugees, find them decent homes, give them jobs.
Oh my god, I'm so
There
sorry.
must be a meaning to your position and my decision.
Yes, all right, I can do that. So, will you give me the photograph now?
I need to think this all through. Don't do anything foolish in the meantime.
What makes you think you can decide what's best for these people?
Such is the arrogance of British imperialism. I take your point.
Come on, it's not like we've got anything better to do.
What have we got? England expects the need is great today. Are you between 15 and 40? If so, the Navy requires you for its glorious service. Join today. Skilled artificers and artisans, seamen, stokers, marines, and boys. Or we've got, we are here for your sake. Join the Royal Air Force and share in honour and glory. Age 18 to 50. Rates of pay from, I don't know what those mean. Per day, if you join the Royal Air Force voluntarily, you cannot be transferred to the Army or the Navy without your own consent. Alright, that's interesting. Royal Naval Division, Empire Striking Force. Together we keep the peace. London route to the Isle of Golanzala. The fast turbine steamer. Okay. Right, we need to go into the Mine Palace. The envoy's offer. Photo will ruin these two because they're both with photo, right? Yeah. System suffers. All refugees are victims of the system. The situation they're in must and can be amended. Okay, that's an interesting. That's an interesting way for that to go. The envoy wants to hide the proof. The envoy's interest in the photograph is pragmatic. If he obtains it, nothing will threaten his reputation. Okay. Why is it still telling me to go to the Mine Palace? I only have one clue. I can do nothing with it. Unless... Am I supposed to be making a deduction? I don't have a deduction to make here. Oh, the thief wanted the photograph. The thief was at Mercurio's flat to steal the photograph, but he found Mercurio instead and killed in self-defense. I didn't realise I could click on these. A henchman, not merely a thief. He is not merely a thief, but also a kidnapper, a henchman who takes on various roles. Oh! Oh! Okay. Okay. I didn't realise. Okay, we haven't even gone to investigate Niccolo Bernadotti yet, and we've already been given a conclusion to the case. I'm intrigued. So, okay, our options here. The British envoy violated Neela, the refugee, during the party. Were the photograph of the crime to be released, it would ruin his career. Perhaps I could use that leverage to help the refugee camp. And it says, the envoy can be neither trusted nor forgiven for what he did. Humiliation and ostracization from an outraged Cardona are the least he deserves. Gives the photograph to Vogel so he can make everything public. Or, smaller evil for the greater good. Thomas Norton is a debaucher who has committed a terrible act. Even though he deserves to be brought to justice, I cannot overlook the opportunity to do greater good. Give the envoy the photograph in exchange for the refugees' legislation. I mean, am I supposed to do that now? Because I haven't went to do any of this yet. Am I supposed to talk to him?
Have you thought it all through?
Not yet.
Okay. I don't want to accidentally skip story, so I feel like I should leave. It might not, but I worry about when it starts giving me options. I'm like, stop giving me options. I haven't done everything yet. So he is... Where's his stupid office? Bazaar Road near the crossing with Roman Road. South... Oh, east is this way. I'm really good at... Ah, here we go. So, like... here, presumably. Yeah, I'm really good at compasses. Okay, we're at the. Oh wait, hold on. Actually, that's probably the nearest. Is it here? Bazaar Road near the crossing with Roman Road. Oh, Bernadotte Lemonade, this'll be it.
It seems they're not expecting guests.
I won't wait for an invitation, John.
See if there's another way in. I'm stuck. Oh, we can get him round the back.
These workers don't look like your average Cordona folk.
They're refugees from the camp.
That's interesting. Okay. The front door is closed, we should find another way in. The warehouse is adjacent to an office building. The backyard of the warehouse is busy with a lot of cargo and workers moving around. The workers in the camp. The workers in the backyard are refugees from the camp. Ugh.
Porcelain
Dolls?
friend for every child.
Freaky dolls.
An essential remedy against sea scourge on any ship.
You go talk to that beef. That's our way in, Sherry.
Okay. Some crates are stuffed with toys, some are full of lemons. The only way in is guarded, so we either storm it or find a way for the guard to let us in. Well, I can't change race.
Shipped from Cape Town. The wine route from colony to colonies. This earthenware came a long way from the Staffordshire potteries. Bernadotte doesn't miss an opportunity to occupy every niche in the market.
What am I supposed to do? I mean, I can't walk up dressed like this. But I don't know who what I'm supposed to be dressed like. And to be fair, it doesn't say that I'm supposed to be dressed as anything.
Hey, yo. This is private property. You lost something.
Good day, sir. I've been sent by City Hall to see Mr. Bernadotte about...
Mr. Bernadotte isn't seeing anyone. You have 3 seconds to walk away or you'll never walk again. Capito?
It's in Mr. Bernadotte's best interest to...
1.
Listen, the man Bernadotte sent to...
2.
I did try to resolve this peacefully.
Oh no! No, I got on bad sequence. No! And I'm wearing a pirate hat and an open shirt. Look at y'all. What are you doing up there?
Excuse Excuse me. Too simple.
Coming.
No more crime for you.
At least
until
John's easy
next
to
month.
see in that outfit. He's so brightly coloured.
Don't cry, you'll...
The snuff's ready.
Don't cry, you'll live. Oh.
I'm coming.
Don't bother moving. You've lost. Take a rest, my friend.
We can overcome the brute now.
Hell he go?
May I?
Dodge this!
Don't bother moving.
Give him the pepper snuff.
How do you do? Take a rest.
The snuff's ready. Give him the pepper snuff.
Jeez. Jesus.
I couldn't miss the party.
Oh my god. Let me at least run.
Time to knock this guy out.
Terribly sorry.
Oh! Take this!
Where did the other one go? Where did he go? Oh shit.
Ow! Don't cry, you'll live.
Okay, that one actually didn't go too badly. As combat sequences go, that one actually went alright. New entry in John's diary, what's he saying? What's best in a thrilling fight? Winning, of course. Sherry truly knows how to have fun without a single casualty. Right.
You've disappointed me so much, Sherlock.
How? You just said that you were proud of me. I want Danny talk pish, son. Oh. Didn't realise that was the exit. Okay, is there anything actually in here to look at?
Sherry, look.
Oh, here we go.
This seems familiar.
What does?
Masks, traditional for the Chokwe people of Central Africa. A Dogon statue from West Africa. A century old at least. VH Grindley Flow Blue tableware. This is what lies behind the facade of Bernadotte Company Limited.
Smuggled artifacts. You good, sir?
No, sir. Don't hurt me.
It's all right. I won't harm you.
Like you didn't harm the folks on the way here.
An amazing piece of culture. I imagine many collectors and museums would be interested in having it.
Seriously, did the game glitch and make John think that I killed someone? Because I didn't. So why is he getting on at me?
Don't come
Oh,
any
Jesus.
closer. One step and I'll shred you to pieces.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Righto. Yes. Yep. Well, excuse me, sir. I think I hear... I've got to... It's better I leave.
Whoa.
Alright then.
Wow. That was as if somebody put my words in your mouth.
Logistics. Resources. Cardona Chronicle front page. Zeppelin related.
You acted so much like me.
Accounting.
This is it. This is where all the magic happens.
Please don't shoot me. I have a family.
Girlie, I'm not gonna shoot you, be quiet. Expensive paper, City LM. Invitation to ball. Oh man, can we go to a ball? Okay.
So, you've cut through all the guards just to talk to me. Then come here, and we shall talk.
Sherry, don't you think this office suits me?
Yeah, it looks great on you, be quiet. Photograph a little girl relative?
Whenever you're ready. I'd hate to intrude.
So is this Mr. Bernadotte? Gang tattoo, different from the others. Hardened hands, doesn't shun dirty work. He's got a gun. Holster pistol, cold-blooded. Damaged skin, had pellagra? I don't know what that is. Wedding ring? Married. Okay. Niccolo Bernadotte is a cruel gang leader who isn't afraid of getting his hands dirty to show off his possession of power. A hard worker in his youth, Bernadotte grew hatred towards the world around him. He continually expects trouble and is ready to make some. Raised in a poor family, he had to work in the fields from a young age. This led to suffering from pellagra, the effects of which still show on his skin. He refuses to hide under fancy clothes that he might always remember where his motives and instead today were born. Bernadotte's men have different tattoos in the same style. The tattoos are most probably a code that represents different ranks within a tightly structured and secretive criminal organisation. Or he's a harsh gang leader and calculating businessman. He beams confidence and menace. He anticipates danger by keeping his gun near him, but still holds it in the holster. He descends from the working class, being raised in a poor family. He had to work in the fields from a young age. Bad nutrition led to pellagra. He overcame his disease, but the effects still show. Despite being financially comfortable now, he still distances himself from the high life, keeping his clothing appearance quite conservative. Bernadotte and his men have different tattoos in the same style. The tattoos are most probably a code that represents different ranks and a tightly structured. I kind of want to say this one. But again, like, I feel like both could be true.
Niccolo Bernadotte, I presume? The name is Sherlock Holmes, and I'm afraid I bring bad tidings.
Is that so?
The man you sent to the refugee camp failed in his task. He impaled himself on his own blade. Clumsy and chaotic end.
For a man who just broke onto my property, you are more businessman than brute. You have my attention, Mr. Holmes. Do not waste it.
I was hired, privately, to investigate the recent theft of a painting from an art gallery. My investigation led me to a man from your organization, and thus, to you, Mr. Bernadotte.
That is quite a stretch. Why would I need to steal a painting when I could buy anyone I wanted? So this painting is why you broke into my office.
As I said, your man was found dead in the refugee camp. He was there to kidnap a woman, but the other refugees intervened to try and save her. The ensuing scuffle resulted in the man's accidental suicide. He sported the same tattoo as your men in this building. In fact, it also bears a resemblance to the one on your neck. Care to explain what business your man had with this woman?
You have no idea what you are talking about. I can assure you this was no kidnapping. The refugees in the camp are on edge. What happened there is a tragic accident, one I am not responsible for.
For what reason was your man there if not to abduct her?
Why would I answer? You are yet to justify your presence in the slightest.
Mr. Bernadotte, do you know the name Boniface Mercurio?
I do not.
Mercurio was a local artist. Recently, a man broke into his apartment, ransacked the place, and killed him. The thief was looking for something.
You are testing my patience, boy.
In a moment, the connection will reveal itself.
So many words, so little action. When you barged into my office, Mr. Holmes, I got the impression you wanted to talk business. Now I see you had come just to talk. Tell me exactly what you want, or get out.
It was necessary groundwork for what comes next. I have enough evidence to conclude that the gallery thief, the artist's killer, and the dead man in the camp are all the same person.
Your time is almost up, Mr. Holmes.
Before you draw your gun, there is one final detail I am yet to mention. The young woman your man was tasked to collect from the refugee camp had been defiled at a perverse masquerade party. That violation was captured in a photograph by Boniface Mercurio and used as a reference for his painting. The photo shows the attacker's face.
Finally. That's why you're here, Mr. Holmes. You have the photograph.
It is what your man was after when he broke into Mercurio's apartment, and it is what you're after too, isn't it, Mr. Bernadotte?
You have the photograph with you? How much do you want for it?
I am not naive enough to carry it with me, but I am yet to decide what I shall do with it. I know the man in the photo is a British envoy. What interest do you have in his downfall?
I must admit, I'm rather impressed by how comprehensively you have pursued this matter. And so, you deserve the honest answer. My business dealings are often arduous in their bureaucracy. A man in his position, willing to look the other way, could ease my work significantly. In return, I will make sure no one looks his way either. A favor for a favor.
Also known as blackmail, the modus operandi of any true professional.
It was not originally my idea. Mercurio set things in motion, extorting the envoy for the most trivial of ends. Money. In response, the envoy hired my man to retrieve the painting and the photograph, eliminating Mercurio's leverage. I only learned the whole story after the artist was killed in his home.
And rather than extricate yourself, instead you took over Mercurio's venture.
It fell into my lap. As a businessman, I simply seized the opportunity. Now, how much do you want for the image?
I could not help but appreciate the collection of smuggled artifacts in your storeroom. You have rather diversified your business.
Oh, high and mighty of you, Mr. Holmes. Not all smuggling is immoral. I pay generous rates to developing cultures and spread their culture to eager buyers. And furthermore, I supply many immigrants with a taste of home.
A very convenient way of thinking.
I have traveled wildly, Mr. Holmes. I've seen people in far-flung lands for whom my services are a lifeline. Without them, they would starve. The tax on cargo is often so absurd that it would be more profitable to simply sink your ship than dock it in the harbor. And trust me, I am speaking from experience.
Why did you send your man to remove the woman from the camp?
Without a photograph, her testimony was the next best thing. Securing her was in everyone's interest. Victims and witnesses, all too often, disappear. I thought the girl was safer with us. I did not anticipate what would happen at the camp.
I saw refugees from the camp at your warehouse. They work for you.
I have made certain arrangements with City Hall and the police. Thanks to me, refugees can work and be paid. It's a pathway to freedom.
And how much do you save by capitalizing on their cheap labor?
I have heard no complaints. They seem happy just to get out of that slum.
Why should I give you the photograph?
Just name your price.
What if my price were not money? You claim to have connections, Mr. Bernadotte. Perhaps you could improve conditions for the refugees. Give them a chance for a better life.
Ha! I do have connections, Mr. Holmes, but help the whole camp? You are asking too much. I could, however, make arrangements for one person. The woman who was violated will have her own home outside the camp, solely for her and her child. She will no longer be a refugee, but a princess. That I can guarantee.
Is that really possible?
It will be neither fast nor easy, but I can do it. She deserves it, don't you agree? And as for her abuser, He will serve me as much as he deserves.
So, in your plan, everybody will be given their due. Especially you, Mr. Bernadotte.
Seems like a fair deal, no? I doubt anyone could offer you better. Simply give me the photograph, and the world becomes a better place. I give you my word.
I see. I get what we're going for here. Okay, so Mr. Bernadotte claims that the British envoy sent his man to obtain both the painting and the photograph from Mercurio, but when things at the flag got out of control, the henchman came to Mr. Bernadotte for help. Furthermore, Bernadotte claims he never ordered anyone to be harmed. Bernadotte's man was originally hired by a British envoy, the defiler captured on the photograph. Being blackmailed by Mercurio, the envoy wanted to obtain the evidence used against him. Now Bernadotte wants to use the photograph to blackmail the envoy. Bernadotte offers me a deal. I give him the photograph so he can blackmail the British envoy, and in return, Bernadotte will obtain a home and legal citizenship for the abused refugee woman and her child. So we have options here. Ah, right, okay, I see. So... wait. Do I need to go and talk to the guy again? The envoy.
Now open, sir. You can leave through it. If you want, of course.
Oh, this is the front door, okay. Sales. Oh. Didn't even notice that was there.
I suppose it's Mr. Bernadotte with our fine governor. 1875. It was taken a few years back. John, how many people in Cordona have a photograph with the governor, do you think?
You definitely don't have one.
So do I need to go and talk to this guy again? Because it's not actually giving me the option currently to do Bernadotte's offer. I also apparently didn't get all of the evidence for that. Oh yeah, it's still telling me to look around. Whatever, I can get back in later.
Have you thought it all through?
Not yet.
Okay, no, still... This is odd. Is it because I don't have all the evidence, or what? Because, like, it should give me the option. It should give me the option to give Bernadotte the photo. But it's not giving me the option to give Bernadotte the photo. What did I miss? What did I miss?
Mr. Bernadotte is expecting you.
Head first into a political abyss. I mean, we are head first into a political abyss here, to be quite honest.
You acted so much like me.
Travel the wide, wide world and came back to this. Oh, it's the painting. That is important evidence that we did not find.
Vogel's stolen painting. Isn't it curious how it developed into a much more interesting case?
Okay, now the main palace is working. Key evidence collected. Yeah, I'm an idiot and walked right past the painting. That's like, you know, the entire point of this case. However twisted imagery as Mercurio's mastery is undeniable, he might have become a renowned artist on par with the greatest. But now, we'll never know. There we go. Blackmail material. Bernadotte wants to gather proof of the envoy's crimes in order to blackmail him. There we are. I was like, how is this not working? So, right, the other option is Bernadotte wants to blackmail the envoy. Mr. Bernadotte knows how to turn the situation to his advantage. When he learned of the envoy's forcible violation, he saw an opportunity to gain greater power. He's offered me a deal, the photograph in exchange for a happy life for Nelia. Merciless justice. The envoy is despicable and Bernadotte is trying to take advantage of the situation. I cannot trust either of them, only the truth will resolve matters. I must give the photograph to Vogel so he can make everything public. Or, unexpected collaboration. Bernadotte is a shady businessman, but his promise to arrange a happy life for Neela and her child was convincing. This is what truly matters now. Give Bernadotte the evidence to blackmail the envoy. So we have three options. Either we give the photo to Vogel, and he will expose them, and, like, presumably... Let's see. I was gonna say, we can give it to Vogel, we can help the refugees, or we can help Neela. My walkthrough is telling me that there are trophies involved here. Oh, it says option 1, give the photo to the envoy recommended. It says if you do that, you get the trophy Voice of the People. You must also have healed the wounded man in the refugee camp with the Alavia mixture as described earlier. Sometimes the trophy doesn't unlock correctly, in which case reboot the game. Okay. It says make a manual save in case it does that. Maybe we should... You can give the photo to Bernadotte. He'll help Neela, but not the other refugees. Or give it to Vogel, and he'll publish the truth by leaking it to the Cordona Chronicle, which will destroy the reputation of the envoy, but doesn't help the refugees at all. I mean, to be fair, like, as much as I would love Neela to be, like, to have a house and have a, like, for her and be treated like a princess, like, we should really help the people. And to be honest, I'm not really sure I trust Mr. Bernadotte at all, really. He's like the British envoy is an envoy. He obviously has some he's done some shitty things, but presumably he is overall a fairly decent guy who, you know, works and does stuff for the people, whereas Mr. Bernadotte is literally a criminal kingpin. So I think we probably are better giving it to the envoy anyway. I know I just went around to try and make it unlock the other option, but I do think we're probably better giving it to the envoy. Smaller evil for the greater good. Because he'll make all their lives better, which includes Neela, you know, includes Neela and her baby, and they will have better lives. And if we do that, it might also help them stay away from Mr. Bernadotte, which is probably for the best, honestly. And we'll get a trophy for it. So we need to go and tell... I'm inside, I need to leave. We need to go and tell the envoy that we're going to give him the photo. I still haven't managed to collect all the evidence because it's orange rather than green, but like... Endless, man. Endless. Right here, take your photograph.
Almost. The refugees, what will happen to them?
Well, I wouldn't be standing here in this fancy office if I didn't know how to pull the right strings. In fact, it's the only thing I know. The local governor will receive a decree signed by the House of Lords containing a request to patriate the refugees in the name of the Crown.
From where did you gain such influence?
I never asked you how you found the photograph. So don't ask the magician how he performs his tricks.
But how can I believe you?
Ugh, I presume you do believe in my selfishness. The initiator of the refugee salvation will be none other than the British envoy, savior and protector of those in need. It's a win situation for me, too. Now, what about the photograph?
You deserve to be punished, but the greater good is what matters here. I won't bargain it for justice for Naylor.
I'm glad that this situation is over.
It will be over when you settle the matter of the refugees.
You have my word, Mr. Holmes.
Yay, we got the trophy. Ah, we're back at Vogel's art gallery. Okay, I was like, where am I?
Mr. Holmes, you've returned. Have you uncovered anything new about the theft?
I've brought news, but not all of it will please you.
Fill me in, Mr. Holmes. I won't shoot the messenger.
I tracked down Boniface Mercurio.
I presume he wasn't delighted about the situation.
He was
No, he really
not
wasn't.
having a good day on account of his murder.
Sherlock.
Killed in his own flat by the same person that stole his painting.
Oh, sweet Mercurio. Perishing in the pursuit of his art. How apt. I will miss his exceptional sense of humor.
I located the thief, but found him rather cold. He was tight-lipped about the painting, too.
Huh, he's dead. How very droll, Mr. Holmes. One presumes you were not responsible.
It was an accident at the refugee camp. He impaled himself on his own knife.
Life is nothing if not cruel and capricious. What about the stolen painting? Have you located it?
I found the painting, but I could not retrieve it.
Well then, where is it?
In Bernadotti's office.
Bernadotti? That shady businessman? Why would he steal it from me?
I'm afraid you'll have to ask him yourself.
I take it you found something more then. What happened to your crusade of truth? Was it not that important after all?
No truth will satisfy you, Mr. Vogel.
It was not an attack, Mr. Holmes. If you've chosen not to tell me, I respect your intention. But it is just rather boring, isn't it?
It is what it is.
Well, now that we've resolved all of our outstanding matters, I have a gift for you. I took the liberty of having it delivered to Stonewood Manor. I am told it belonged to your mother.
And what exactly have you sent me?
Frankly, I'm not sure how to answer that. I trust you'll know.
Previously, you mentioned there may have been more to my mother's passing than consumption. It appears you were right.
Oh dear. I'd hoped to be wrong.
She was unstable, mentally unwell. She required sustained, specialized treatment, but her madness persisted.
I knew that Violet had disappeared from the public eye, but had no idea of her suffering. I cannot imagine what you're feeling.
I'm fine. Thank you, Mr. Vogel. I am curious to see what you have procured.
Me too. Oh yeah, 80. Wow. We could buy some nice outfits with that. I don't know if we still have furniture to buy.
I think I'll leave the exhibition in its current state for a while. I'll call it The Art of Vandalism.
I don't know, he's saying like, oh, I couldn't retrieve the painting. Like, it was right there. You could have just lifted it and walked out the building. Like, you would have just had to walk past the receptionist. What was she going to do about it? Nothing. Literally nothing. You could just walked out. Anyway, right, back to the house then. A package from Vogel. It was delivered to the front door of my manor. John's already there. And I have my hat on. Oh, it's a big old box.
Just look at this thing. It's huge.
What the hell? What? What?
It's a bizarre object, and yet oddly familiar.
Is that your Ma's dead body? Was she actually a mermaid? Did she die of mermaids? Did she die of being on the land for too long and she dried out? What in the name? I would like to skip it, to be quite honest. Sherlock, I hate to tell you, your family had issues. Like, a lot of them. What the hell's going on?
Did you just remember something?
Yes. A room full of curiosities and artifacts. I think I can find it in the manor.
Sherlock. So, you continue to pursue the imaginary. I had hoped you might have got all this out of your system by
It's
now.
Mycroft.
Mycroft,
Yes.
what are you doing here? Get out of my house.
It's my house, actually. I've come to bring you back.
I have no interest in returning, let alone with you. I know you lied about Mother all these years, claiming she was merely ill, but she was unstable. She never had tuberculosis. She was not recuperating, but mentally deteriorating, and you never once thought to tell me. How dare...
I shall not indulge this petulant tantrum. You can just tire yourself out and then slink back to London with your tail between your legs.
Just tell me everything. I'm an adult now. Show me the basic courtesy of an explanation. You know I will find out eventually.
The goal was stability, and that's what you got. The right thing for everyone was to try and move on from her passing.
The consequences of one's actions determines what is right or wrong.
Yes, exactly. The ends justify the means. After leaving Cordona, Sherlock, you had a normal childhood. In London, I was able to support you, guide you, shape you into a fine and productive young man. You have so much potential, so much to offer society.
But that's not the end. Now I found the truth, and it has shattered everything I knew about her, about you, and about myself. I feel unstable because of you. Your actions were not justified. Lying never is.
Oh, grow up, Sherlock. It was a white lie which has as much use in the realm of the interpersonal as the international. It is time you come to accept that some things are bigger than yourself.
Oh, you are full of it. You like to pretend you care about the big picture, but it's just an ego trip. You like knowing more than others. You like greasing palms and rubbing shoulders with the rich and powerful. You like having eyes and ears everywhere. The fact it helps the nation is incidental, because all you care about is yourself.
It's true. I have agents everywhere, including Cordona. If you weren't so damn stubborn, you'd realize that means I'm only here for you.
Alright, that was a lot. That was one grumpy Mycroft. He really doesn't come across a very nice man in this game. He's just a complete dick. Good, that man has left my living room finally.
I remember returning home with a pair of perfect sticks. We wanted to turn them into training swords.
Oh, that's right. We stood there, frozen, staring at something huge in the main hall.
What's this creepy ass bloody skeleton?
It was a giant aquarium with a living mermaid in it.
Impossible, it must have been something else. Oh, of course, that mortifying hoax presently taking up space in our front yard.
Well, fine. Your memory's better than mine. But I'm sure we started examining it immediately. And someone else was around, too.
It was my mother. She asked what I thought of the artifact.
You were really concentrating and holding something in your hand.
I inspected it with a magnifying glass and was able to confirm it was made of two different skeletons. The mermaid was a fake.
And so it was time to smash the thing. Your mother took a hammer and...
Slow down, John. That's not how it happened. I remember other people joined us.
Why are people smashing up a mermaid skeleton? What?
The workers took the artifact and placed it into the cabinet of curiosities. It became part of Mother's collection of fakes. She always said that the truth lies in the details. This mermaid helped me to learn that.
Good catch. Memories in the manor. Curiouser and curiouser. Now that the Cabinet of Curiosities is open, I can proceed with my investigations. John says, one day Sherry and I returned to the manor in an excited buzz. We had found 2 perfect sticks with which to practice sword fighting. It was a good start to the day, but things improved further upon our discovery of a giant delivery in the middle of the main hall. After opening, we discovered it was a mermaid skeleton that Mrs. Holmes was to authenticate. She was in a good mood and asked what Sherry thought about it. His answer came fast and confident. It was of course a fake. His mother was pleased, and in that moment I swear you could see the happiness radiating off of Sherry. Eventually the mermaid took its place in the Cabinet of Curiosities, among Violet's collection of other fakes and forgeries. So this door now.
Ah yes, my mother's studio. She was an authenticator, and this was her cabinet of curiosities.
I never saw the point. What does it matter if some artifact is real or not? It still exists.
Interesting take on things, John.
One of the most ridiculous
You would have
fakes I
real
ever
thoughts
saw.
about AI
Its
art.
owner insisted it was a polar bear. He thought the white paint on the brown fur wasn't noticeable.
Yeah, not at all. Looks legit to me. A cozy
I
blanket.
remember this cozy blanket. It was perfect for...
Wigwam! Oh, that was a joy to build them. Imagining ourselves as wayfarers on the other side of the world.
Another fake Holy Grail. Its owner claimed to be the heir of King Arthur. Scarcely believable. He also insisted a deadly rabbit was hunting him.
A deadly rabbit, huh? Really? A deadly rabbit. Someone's seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail? Watkinson and Holman, Chapter 1.
Watkinson
Oh, come
and Holman,
on.
Chapter 1, by Wallace Dioram.
Oh, Mycroft. He always acts so serious, but then reads tripe like this.
John,
Watkinson
if I remember
and
correctly,
Holman.
you couldn't put this book down.
Letter from the judge. Dear Mr. Holmes, please accept my deepest gratitude for your recent help with that personal matter. I shudder to think what may have happened were it not for your keen eye and sharp mind. Rest assured, should our paths cross once again, you'll be greeted by a grateful friend. His Honour, Judge McDougall.
So many calling cards. Mycroft liked to keep useful people at hand. Officer Luciano J. Placido.
Oh, Placido! Our good friend from the bees.
Reliable and driven. I recognize Mycroft's handwriting. This drawer was always closed. Only Mycroft knew how to open it.
What, with a key?
I remember we tried to break it open and spy on him, but alas, had no success. Maybe today's the day. Oh, Sherry.
What's this?
Carefully opened. Dated 24th of April, 1869.
Court summons. Mr. Mycroft Holmes, the Cardona City Hall writes to inform you that the trial of Dr. Otto Richter and the death of Miss Violet Holmes, O, has been assigned to His Honour Judge McDougall. Your application for a closed hearing has been granted. You are hereby informed that the prosecution has called you as a primary witness in the trial of Dr. Richter. You must present yourself at the Criminal Court of Cardona on the dates listed over leaf. So Otto, her doctor, that was like giving her weird potions and shit, was on trial for her death. I don't know specifically if for like murder or just involvement, negligent, or gave her the wrong medicine, medical malpractice, but like in some way,
Look, it's Roger.
in some way
This
involved
jolly
in her
old man's
death,
well preserved.
and
Even looks
and
refreshed.
responsible for it. Otherwise, he wouldn't be on trial. But like
I doubt he
responsible
drew
for
much
it in some
interest at the
way.
auction.
That's for the best. I'd be upset if he fell into the wrong hands.
What's this?
1852, Bingley, West Yorkshire. This photo caused a lot of fuss. My mother spent some time to prove it was a fake.
Fake of what?
I'm not sure I want to hear its horrifying inhuman howl again.
Oh, it's that thing from the case from earlier, the weird
The
flute
so-called
from
mummy
Luigi's
of a Persian
mansion.
princess. The defrauders did good work, but missed one small detail. It's the mummy of a man.
My door, my
To prove
always awkward when you're like 1 minute from finishing and then wait, what? Oh, John's giving. I didn't even realize John's giving me a challenge. I was gonna say it's always awkward when you're like 1 minute from like finishing your thing and then the door goes and then you have to stop and it's all whatever. Anyway.
And this one was brought from a German museum. They claimed it belonged to Vikings. Nonsense, of course. Vikings never had horns on their helmets.
Here. Someone's ripped up. Oh, it's Otto's. A torn diploma. A torn diploma found in the cabinet of curiosities. Someone deliberately ripped it into several pieces. Reassembled and translated, the diploma reads, "On behalf of the board of the University of Geneva, Switzerland, we, rectors of the university, noting that Mr. Otto Richter has undergone the tests required by the laws and regulations, confer on him the degree of Doctor of Medicine with the rights and prerogatives so attached."
Clearly, it was deliberately torn. I wonder why someone would do that.
I wonder. What's this? The Tulpa. Studies in Tibetan mentalism?
The Tulpa. Studies in Tibetan mentalism. An impressive number of bookmarks. Someone was rather obsessed with this subject.
I've heard of Tulpa, but I can't remember what it actually is. What's that? Otto Richter's personal notes. Mrs. Holmes is a patient of considerable interest and an ideal test subject to explore some of my theories. I will attempt to repeatedly immerse her in the traumatic situation that precipitated her mental illness. It's my belief that reliving the moment may give her mind a chance to embrace what happened, accept it, and effectively cure itself. I'm confident in my hypothesis and merely need to prove it. That sounds like the absolute opposite of helping someone with a mental health condition, but okay. Okay, maybe don't re-traumatize them multiple times, but whatever. In addition, it's fortuitous to be around the broader Holmes family. Perhaps I'll be able to also examine the hereditary of psychological traits, be they competencies or disorders. It is already apparent that all family members share an uncommonly high intelligence. It appears that the mother's condition has begun to affect the mind of the youngest boy, Sherlock. While I cannot conduct a proper medical examination due to the protectiveness of the elder son, it seems that the boy suffers ongoing hallucinations in the form of an imaginary friend, John. John's like, yes, I got a mention. Letter from Otto's brother. My dear brother, I heard you recently arrived in Cordona. Have you come to see me? I do miss our evening conversations, even if we never agreed in our opinions. Cordona is home to a stunning new art gallery, which I visit every Thursday. Meet me there. Oh, and do not seek Klaus. I left that name behind. Wait, what? So Otto has a brother? Named Klaus, but he doesn't go by Klaus anymore, and he likes the art gallery?
The full plate armour of Sir Robert Swanford. I was told my father won it in a wager.
I'm wondering, does that mean...
Look at his sword. Oh, how badly I wanted to wield the blade. Maybe you take it instead of your pistol.
I'm starting to remember something.
Is Vogel Otto's brother? I might be barking up the wrong tree, but just because it's like the art gallery and this guy who knows way too much about everything... Is Vogel
Mother
actually Klaus Richter?
Scottish Viscount.
So he tried to persuade everyone that his forest was inhabited by these beasts. It would have been thrilling if it were actually true.
After examining the cabinet of curiosities, I started remembering something from my childhood.
I used this ladder to look at the top shelf, right? On the day of Mother's breakdown upstairs.
Right you are, Sherry.
Straight up out of Scooby-Doo.
We heard a noise. I can't recall of exactly what, and we didn't have a great view from behind the statue. Books and papers from the table somehow ended up on the floor. Now it's coming to the surface. I feel it.
Oh, great. We're doing one of these again. Oh, what fun. Okay, so... what are they doing here? Okay, well they said about going on the ladder. So surely it must be this one, because they went up a ladder. And then they said about a view from behind the statue. And then over here... I mean, probably this.
You're not even trying.
No? Not that?
Concentrate. You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
I really wish that they would, like, have more than one dialogue for that. It's really irritating. I mean, is it not?
Come
okay.
on, Sherry.
Never mind.
Let's go outside. Wait. Did you hear that? Come here, Sherry.
You call this progress? Charlatan, amateur. I'm not letting you anywhere near my mother again.
So there was a quarrel between them.
Not very private talk. The curious conversation. It all happened shortly after the incident in Violet's room on April 9th. Sherry decided to play with artifacts in the Cabinet of Curiosities, and of course I went with him. As a result, we became unintentional witnesses to an argument between Mycroft and Otto Richter. Sherlock's brother was angry. He was sure that Dr. Richter had done something dubious to their mother and that it backfired. He called Otto a charlatan. Memories. The curious conversation. Alright, that's what we just read. Oh, we have new... okay. Hang on. I do want to try and figure out this one, though.
Let's check it out.
Oh, people have turned up. Oh god, not again.
Memory comes back. We snuck about watching him.
He closed the drawer and went to the hall. We were like two shadows crawling behind him.
Okay, if I go out that door, it's probably going to unlock the bloody next part of the game anyway. No?
Sherry, look! We've got a parcel here. Hurry up and let's see what's inside.
He opened the door to the postman and they exchanged documents. If it was a real postman, of course.
With Mycroft, you never know.
The painting on the wall was slightly atilt. He stopped and straightened it.
A fireplace. Log fire crackle.
Then he threw some logs into the fire and sat in his armchair to read.
It's as boring now as it was then. I'm sorry, Sherry, but I think that's it.
Wait, John, we never use the fireplace in the mornings. What if... Almost as good as mine. A bit of juniper in the fireplace created a soothing atmosphere. It's the little things, isn't it?
Oh.
I think this is what we're looking for.
A tiny key.
made it. So what's
Yay! Let's see. A bottle.
Single malt whiskey.
Whiskey.
Mycroft's favourite. Gifted by Queen Victoria herself.
Oh my god. Classic Mycroft. Half a bottle of fine single malt whiskey, Mycroft's favourite drink. We found it locked in the drawer of the desk in the curiosity cabinet among a pile of important documents. Remarkably, it seems that the whiskey was a gift of Her Majesty Queen Victoria herself. Otto Richter.
This one is rather thick. Mycroft can be truly dogged in his research.
Mycroft's research. Otto Richter is 45 years old, born to a respected family in Bern, Switzerland, unmarried, no heirs. Medical practitioner, graduated from the University of Geneva, Switzerland. Graduation was postponed a year due to minor scandal in one of his placements. Parents died of cholera in 1863. Only remaining family is a half-brother, Klaus, age 35. Present whereabouts of Klaus Richter unknown, last seen on Cordona.
Dossiers on the most influential people on Cordona. Mycroft always had a habit of building files on everyone he met.
So, we have a bit more info on Dr. Richter now. Let's go and find out what this package is and then we'll stop. Invitation from Vogel. Dear Mr. Holmes, I'm waiting for you at Kurt Manchio's mansion on Turquoise Lane across from Cordona Abbey in northern Grand Surrey. Come at once, if inconvenient, come anyway! Always your friend, VV. P.S. I sent you the proper outfit for this place to avoid any unnecessary complications. I hope it fits.
An invitation that comes with a mask. We can't miss this, Sherry.
What's the outfit? New location, Cordona Abbey. This time we managed to reveal one of Mycroft's secrets. He's not as good at hiding things as I thought. Sherry can find anything. Oh wow. The Prince of Darkness? Turns heads before cracking skulls. Incredible. A normal mask for normal people. Incredible. I think he looks stylish like that. He looks Venetian. Okay, anyway, I think that's where we'll stop for today. This is the next, this is the last main case, and then it's just resolving the overarching case. Oh wait, we didn't do the Mind Palace. Let's quickly take a look in the Mind Palace. So, my imaginary friend John, we brought tea to my mother on the day she died. My mother suffered from mental problems. Mycroft testified against Dr. Richter. Richter's experiments. Suspicious psychiatrist. Mycroft did not like the methods of Dr. Otto Richter and did not trust him. No? Fragile Santi. My mother's struggle with mental disease could well be hereditary and affect my mind and rationality. Okay. So that's all the deductions we can make for now. And then we are on to Sacrificial Lamb as the next case. But yeah, we'll stop for now and we'll pick up next time. So thank you for watching and I'll